certain manufacturers are also diversifying into niche segments. Like I have this phone, and this is a gaming phone. So and then there are phones which are dedicated to camera maybe, or content consumption. So do we see any niche segments from LG getting into a niche segment?
So if you look at the LG G8X, which was a phone which we launched in December of last year, it was the first truly innovative dual screen device of its kind, where the dual screen was actually an accessory in which the phone could be plugged in, and you could do two parallel activities, two multitasking activities in two different screens, as well as you could have the content panning both the screens. So that was a niche which we took, and that form factor actually got very good reviews, as well as it was very well accepted and sold in India. So you will see a continuation of that franchise going forward, and you will also see some truly unique and innovative form factors around display technologies.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that G8X. So are we also should we be expecting a foldable phone or foldable screen from LG? Because the G8X was a good implementation of having two screens which are separate from each other, and there is no reliability issues. So going forward, do we see anything?
And also, as a follow-up to his question, will it be under new brands, or you are retaining the old brands like B series and G series? If you can clarify that.
Sure. So you will see a continuation of the dual screen implementation, which will be far more sleeker and more stylish. There is an evolution of that form factor for sure. And that device will have a new naming nomenclature.
You mentioned about exports to other countries. So, will export be an important growth driver for your business? Because that's a byproduct of Make in India. So, if you can talk about the new markets which you are identifying, apart from South Africa, which you have just mentioned, maybe neighboring countries, or maybe can we have a LG phone being shipped to its homeland in Korea?
So specific to your question around export, yes, we did export not only to Middle East and African countries. This year, we will also see we are seeing interest from a few countries in Southeast Asia also. Now, the key tenet of us ramping up our operation is to gain scale. And that scale definitely comes from India market, but it also comes from neighboring countries. So we actively are in dialogue with all our country subsidiaries, and as and when they decide to range that portfolio, we can service them from here, which will further add to our scale for sure.
As a logical progression, or as is a product extension. So, for example, Xiaomi has launched laptops, and Micromax has launched tablets. So many companies like Vivo are getting into tablets and all. So would you be interested in bringing tablets and all? And will that be under the mobile division and all? And other product lines which you're planning to bring in? If you can talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So globally, we have a plethora of products. So LG already sells laptops. Even in India, we do sell, but we are present in a very niche segment. Tablets, globally, we do have tablets which are sold across many countries. Yes, we do intend to bring in tablets into the country. To me, even the dual screen G8X is actually a 12-inch tablet. And very soon you would see some innovative form factors which may blur the boundary between a phone and a tablet. In the same breath, we have certain wearables and hearables which are available globally. Once we have a channel which can do justice to it, we definitely will bring all those complementary products which complement the mobile phone and create a complete product offering, as well as complementary products which already are there will sort of see a renewed sort of sales and vigor in the Indian market.
Okay. Safe to assume that they would be under the mobile division head and they would all be made in India, right?
So the PC division is separate. Yes, the tablets and the companion products will be under the mobile division.
What kind of evolution do you see in the mobile phone sector in India? Do we see more high-end flagship phones selling? Do we see more mid-range or more budget phones with a lot of features crammed in?
Right. So from a consumer insight perspective in the post-COVID-19 world, I would say the Indian consumer would definitely have a preference for phones which are made, designed and developed in India. From a feature set perspective, like I said, the device is becoming a center of our digital life. Be it education, healthcare, commerce, entertainment, socializing, we are using smartphones for almost everything. Or I would say we are using screen sizes of different form factors for everything. And this trend will continue. And which is why you will see bigger display, innovative displays coming in. You would see better audio, and you will definitely see a better battery life, which is what the consumer would want. And of course, a much better connectivity to a network. In terms of future trends, what we definitely see is sometime next year, 5G will become a reality for India. You should see a lot of innovation around displays, and you're hearing some buzz already around it. And you would also see many more emphasis given to security, because as a consumer is getting increasingly connected and he's using the device for almost everything which are his needs, security becomes a very important aspect. So that is another area where we need to sort of quickly ensure that a very secure environment is provided and the consumer data is not compromised in any way.
Talking about security, a mobile phone OS, the software, is equally important as to hardware. Phones have great hardwares, but if the UI is bad, if the software implementation is really bad, it will really not work well with the consumers. So what is LG doing on the software part for its phones?
Right. So there are two things. What we have done is, because the consumer is used to a certain experience, a UI, all our W series phones are stock Android phones. We have kept the pure Android experience live on the W series. Our global portfolio definitely has their own UI overlay and its own interface, which is constantly being improved and evolved. And with the launch of our upcoming flagship, you will see how that UI is further evolving. At the same time, we are increasingly emphasizing on keeping your phone secure and ensuring that data is not compromised or misused.
Now, increasingly, we are seeing mobile phones for the past couple of years breaching the 1 lakh barrier, like the flagship models. So it started with Apple, now Samsung phones are also 1 lakh plus. So what is LG's take on this? Will LG's flagship also be this expensive, or it will be more affordable?
So the LG G8X, which was a unique dual screen device, is being sold today at a consumer price of 55,000 Indian rupees. And this year, we do not intend to breach this price point for sure.
Sir, a little more elaborate. That's just a 2-line answer.
So you will see us launching a plethora of devices. starting from 8,000 to 55,000. So I answer your question very accurately. No, we will not this year price our flagship at that kind of an exorbitant price point, because we want to give meaningful innovation to the consumer at a affordable price point.
Add in expansion plans to that.
Sure. So, in terms of manufacturing of overall LG electronics, we have two plants, one in Greater Noida and one in Pune. In terms of number of people, I think we will share with you the number of people which we employ overall for the LG electronic business. In terms of smartphone manufacturing, our global portfolio of products are currently manufactured out of our Pune plant. And we are ramping up our partnership, like I said, with one of the EMS manufacturers, where we would be largely manufacturing our entry to mid-end portfolio. Later on, we may evolve as the scale or business opportunity increases. In terms of adding manpower, yes, because we are expanding at or have very aggressive plans to expand in India, we will only be adding manpower and providing more employment across various industries or branches or verticals.
Anything else that we can expect?
Right. So from a portfolio perspective, in August, September and October, within 3 months, we would be launching 6 new phones, starting from a price range of 8,000, going up to 55,000 rupees. You will see products across price segments which are extremely competitive in their own price bracket in terms of the spec and the features which they would offer at that particular price point. In the flagship category, you will see an evolution of the G8X, the dual screen smartphone, which will sort of bring in, of course, more features and more functionalities and a better user experience, which is also sort of going to have some innovation around video and videography, which was a question which you asked earlier. And probably towards the fag end of this year or early next year, we shall see further 3 more phones. Again, one in the entry segment, one in the mid-end, and one in the flagship category. So 6 phones in the next 3 months, and subsequently 3 more phones would be launched in India. So as I was saying, we have pretty aggressive plans to sort of scale business and grow exponentially.
Or computers and other high-end products like which are sold worldwide, getting developed out of India. If you can talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So the Bangalore R&D Center definitely caters to many other markets. It is more focused on product development from a software, RF and R&D side. And they would continue to focus on the mobility range of portfolio of products largely. So that need not be restricted to just a smartphone, but sort of evolving the overall mobility ecosystem.
Right. So now, sir, you said there is a lot of products that are coming from LG. So what is your strategy going to be going forward to bring awareness, more brand recall, more traction around these products in the future?
Right. So, of course, you will see us being more visible, more vocal around these portfolio of products. And you will see aggressive amount of spend, especially in the digital medium. And I would say if you are out looking for a smartphone, you will not miss LG. You would see that the product is visible to you in one way or the other.
So will India be one of your top 5 markets in terms of smartphone sales going forward? And if you can put a timeline to that?
It will be in the near future.
Okay.
I would, my ambition would be by 2021, exit 2021, India should be in the top 5 smartphone markets.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Advait Vaidya. It was a pleasure talking to you. It was very insightful. We wish all the best in your vision. I'm sure LG will be one of the key smartphone players in India going forward. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you so much, Avishek. Thank you so much, Siddharth. It was a pleasure talking to you all. Stay safe. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.